Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today in this episode, I would like to show you the way we connect Android frontend with any other backends. So in this example, I would use Spring Boot backend to show you how we connect a backend with Android frontend. So you can see this is the mind map I draw here. Alright, so with any backend, and in this case is Spring Boot backend, we just enable the cross-origin and the web config class, and all the configs will apply in the Android frontend. So in Android frontend, we have to make sure four things. The first thing is AndroidManifest. We have to allow internet permissions, and if your backend is still developing and it is still using HTTP instead of HTTPS, you have to turn on the uses clear text traffic equal true. That means it will accept HTTP, and also you have to add the name of your app. And in this case, the project of Android, the project is a banking app, right? And second, in main activity, we have to add the annotation Android entry points, make sure that is the entry point of our application. And also we have to create the application class like banking app and add the annotation Hilt Android app on here. And also in the AppModule, we'll configure the base URLs. And also because the Android can recognize the localhost, so we have to use the like this. We have to use the http://10.0.2.2 like that, and the port of your backend. All right. So come to the backend. So we'll see the web config here. That's easy. We just allow the you can config in detail of your front end. You go here, and so we'll allow all the methods like this, and we'll allow all headers. Okay, the web config is so easy, and the thing is in front end. So in front end, like I talked before, so we have to allow the internet permission, right? And also uses cleartextTraffic, only accept HTTP rather than HTTPS. All right, and you can see the explanation down here. And also we have to add the name of the banking app. Yeah, it's username of your app. All right, your application, not a banking app. That's in my case is a banking app. All right. Yeah, when you create this banking app application, you need to add the Hilt Android app annotation, and then you declare the name of your banking app down here in the application tag here. All right, remember that. And also, when you create banking app already, and you need to add the annotation Android entry point here to make sure that is the main activity is your app entry point, and it will run from here, run project from here. Okay. Finally is in AppModule, right? In AppModule, we'll config the base URLs. That's how we connect with backend URL, right? In the backend, I use the port A089. So in the front end, I connect to port A089 like this, and because the Android can recognize the localhost, so we use the IP like this. The IP like this, like 10.0.2.2 0.2.2 like this, and you can use the IP of your LAN address. Okay, so that's all. That's how we connect front end, Android front end with any backend, and in this case it's Spring Boot backend. Okay, and yeah, and if you are using Android Studio, the latest versions, maybe you got into trouble with something called Hilt dependency. I don't know. I don't know why they update Android so yeah, so many times. And when I add the dependency to the Hilt compiler like this, and I run the project, and I got error like can't recognize the Java poets. Like, okay, I will delete this. All right, let me sync the project and let me show you the error. You know what? One thing bothering me is that the way your Android project is running is it takes a few minutes, right? It takes time. It takes my time. And the way the development team update Android Studio usually just cause many errors because in the in the in the past, right? In the past, we just need to add the dependency easily, and now even I add the Hilt dependency, it's also called the error like this, and you see. All right, unable to find methods. So where of Java Poet is it said relevant to Java Poet, but it does not. It really does not, you know. So the way it's find the error is totally useless to me. So I set it on Stack Overflow, and I got this solution. So we have to write here and enable aggregating task equal false like this. It's still not relevant to Java Poet, and if you copy this error, come to ChatGPT and ask, the ChatGPT will respond you with the false answer. So don't believe in ChatGPT and believe in me and in this video. All right, so let's sync again, and let's run project. All right. And now I'm using KSP. For the first time I use cat, but when I run the project, I got the same error as the Java Poet. I thought it would be relevant to cat, and then I changed to KSP, and yeah, it doesn't change anything. So I searched on Stack Overflow and got this solution. All right, let me run the project and show you how I log in. It takes time really. While it's running Android, I'll show you the URL, the endpoint here. So the endpoint will be looking here, and this is register. I also create the API response. My API response includes success, that means truth or false, and the message also log the message and the error code and his data. All right, so I will log in with all right, so it's loading now. Okay, it's really good. So when I log in, follow this endpoint, and I will come to the client dashboard screen, right? And inside the dashboard screen, all right, so I will log in here, and all right, there. I come back to the login screen, and here the register screen. All right, and it's as the email in here. So that's all. And also I draw a second diagram to show you how the retrofit process the API, right? And the point, if you're a beginner, you need to know how the retrofit client process, right? And actually, many people don't know. I mean, the beginner don't know how the Android front end can just write the endpoint and write the URL, and then it can connect to the backend, right? And the main point is how the Android can use retrofit. Yes. So whenever in the AppModule you can see we write this is the JSON Web Token interceptor, and this is the private retrofit, right? So whenever the Android Jetpack Compose request to the endpoint, I just show you that the endpoint is API off logging, and then Retrofit client will include it request and send it to Spring Boot backend. It's not Android cell, but it's Retrofit. Send the request to Spring Boot backend, and in my case will be the port A089 not. All right. Let's zoom in. So if we send the post methods to this URL and endpoint here to Spring Boot backend, and Spring Boot backend process the request and check database and respond in the JSON, and then Retrofit take the response and return result to UI. And it's not that easily. I have to follow the MVVM architecture, and we have to process the data, and I have the auth view model here. We have to process the data, and the view model will allow the UI to log the data on the screen. Okay, so that's all I want to talk here. All right, and if you want in the I don't know, and if you want the source code or the guide from me to show in detail, I mean coding line by line tutorial, and you can comment down in my video, and when I complete this project, and if my viewer are interested in this project, I will create a tutorial for that. And today this video is end now, and if you are interested in the way I show you how to connect Android frontend with backend, Spring Boot backend, you can like and subscribe to my channel. And I'm very happy if you can contact with me by comments, and that will promote me a lot by your comment. All right, see you guys next time. Bye.